The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Here I am. Welcome to the show. I'm Nikki Glaser. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. How y'all doing out there? I'm untangling some cords. Untangling cords. How are your cord management, you guys? Andrew's pretty good about his stuff is man, I haven't seen you untangle headphones in truly months and months and months. Like, I don't even know that when we were living together and you don't have AirPods, but literally the image of you I have from New York City, Andrew, is untangling headphones.
Yeah, I think because I was a dog walker, so I was listening to a lot of music.
Yeah,
headphones were out. Then I'd put them in my pocket to talk to the owner.
Yeah.
And then they get in the pocket and they do something in there where they start to tango, they start to fool around, and next thing you know,
they start fucking.
They start fucking hard and they're knotted up.
Yeah,
boys.
they're like two little, like when two flies fuck each other and you can't get them apart, or bees or something.
Or ladybugs or fuck bugs.
Yeah.
What are those bugs that fuck all the time?
Fuck bugs.
Noah?
There's no, all bugs be fucking.
No, there's bugs
that
love bugs fuck all the time.
Oh, love bugs. What do you call those little bugs that roll up?
Roly-polies.
You called them roly-polies? What did you call them, Noah?
Maggots? No? Do you know that maggots breathe from their butts?
They do.
Who doesn't? Breathe, did you say?
Yeah, they breathe from their butts.
Which
those
makes
things
sense. They
because they're
also eat old rotting flesh. That's kind of a more interesting, or a more like, whoa.
Oh, maggots are
you know
such a hard life. Ugh.
No, they love it.
Maybe.
They just they get to show up when everything seems terrible. And they're like, that's when they're living their best life. So
That's true.
I kind of
Their winter is our summer.
Maggots are so disgusting. Do you know they're like baby flies, right?
Oh, I just thought they were larvae.
And a lot of times maggots help protect, so when someone, I watch so many weird videos online of people getting their you guys know I'm into wart videos. It's so gross. But I've watched so many videos about podiatrists talking about people that have neglected feet and wounds and stuff. And they said that they find a lot of times when someone walks in with a diabetic person who has a open wound that they can't even feel anymore.
Yeah.
And it's rotting flesh and there's maggots on it, that the maggots are what kept them from getting disease because they ate all the stuff that would have been a bacterial infection. And maggots sometimes keep the person alive longer because they're just chomping down on all the gross stuff. It's so gross. Would you ever do, if you had to, sometimes they do leeches?
Like Fear Factor?
No. I would never eat a bug. I think I ate crickets one time that were in a chocolate bar as some kind of they used to sell things like, this has crickets in it. And Kirsten and I would go to this place called the Bug
ate
Store.
ants before.
Just for
ants on a log, and I thought it'd be funny to put actual ants on the peanut butter. And I ate it.
I bet you didn't even taste it. Were they just very tiny?
Protein, baby.
Yeah,
I was
eat
jacked
so many
in kindergarten.
bugs.
I was fucking eating so much fucking ants. No, there was ants on a log, which was I think raisins on peanut butter and celery.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be funny to throw on some. I once
by yourself or was your brother there?
No, this was just a lone thing.
Rusty was there. We know it was Rusty.
Rusty was
and
in my heart.
No,
this
those
before
were
I met
love
Rusty.
bugs.
I was probably hanging out with a guy named Dale or something. I had this guy named Buck, which is a great name, Buck.
Your friends
on our softball team, and he bet me. I bet him $20 that he wouldn't put his face in a fire ant pile and smash it around.
Did you have $20?
I think I have some IOUs to Buck. He did it though. He just threw his face in this fire ant pile and he got up and he has a half a tooth and he'd hit a softball no bullshit 600 feet. This guy was an animal.
Whoa.
He definitely has killed people.
Can you look him up? Where is Buck?
I don't know his last name.
Oh my God, I don't think he had one. So was he screaming in horror?
No, he loved it. I honestly think he would have done it just for kicks. He would have paid me money to do it.
You would probably do something like that for kicks.
Yeah, I was I was a kid that would probably do something like just to get attention. There was that Dave, Dave, the show Dave.
Yeah.
That was like his whole. Remember that was that.
Oh yeah, that was his whole like identity as a adolescent. Is just he's the one that will do insane things,
slamming his face in like pudding.
Yeah.
And then he kills his old self by drowning him in pudding. Remember?
Oh,
Before
yeah.
the show?
He's like, I don't want to be that guy anymore who's just the goofy guy.
I relate to that a lot.
I bet. Oh, is
Yeah.
that why you love that show so much?
Oh, yeah. He's a Jewish artist that shouldn't be an artist because
Yeah.
his parents are successful and everyone's telling him that he probably shouldn't be doing this because he should just be an accountant.
And his parents don't really get it.
Yeah. Oh, I relate
he is the
insane amount to
you,
him.
You probably were the goofball because the other day someone said you were telling us they used to call you asexual ace or something.
I was just asexual for a lot of my 20s.
Someone called you asexual something. Like an asexual. Remember? You were saying that your nickname, and I was like, part of your nickname was asexual?
I just think, I don't remember. I
remember someone had given you that moniker, and I was like, you guys came up with asexual?
Maybe asexual, dead again, virgin or something.
You were just, it was some guy that you like.
It was Rusty. Rusty called me asexual.
You looked like a Lotharian. Like you were compared to some guy that's like a guy that has a lot of sex, but they were calling you the asexual, blah, blah, blah.
Costanza.
Oh.
I was an asexual Costanza.
Costanza doesn't have a lot of sex.
Even less than him.
Well, he's definitely not asexual.
I guess
he's motivated by women for sure.
Yeah, I guess if Costanza just wanted to not fucking.
It's so funny that you used to, and that it wasn't about being asexual. It was about like being
afraid
having anxiety.
of STDs. Yeah.
But so often I think we do that where we make up that we are this thing so that it's okay to get away with the thing that we're really dealing with,
Yes.
which is a totally different thing. Like you weren't asexual, you just had anxiety.
Yes.
And your anxiety about getting HIV or just like
or already having it, or like, I don't know, my brain
that
was...
kept you from having sex.
Which it shouldn't have kept me from having sex, because if I thought I had it, I shouldn't be having sex.
But you were still jerking off. That you weren't asexual. You were still getting like boners
Don't
and stuff.
asexuals jerk off?
No. They don't have any...
Don't they put their own dick in their butt? They don't do that?
No, it's...
Really?
Is that what you did? You put your own dick in your butt?
Well, I bit on my own nipples.
How did you breathe?
That's not a thing? Huh?
Through your asshole. There's a dick in it. Wait, tell me again, because you did reference this the other day. You once put your penis in your asshole.
No, that was Ian.
Oh, Ian Fidance did that. That's right.
I tried.
You tried.
Yeah. I never got in there.
But you have to go through over the balls.
I gotta go
to
through
travel
the
over
balls.
the
Yeah,
balls.
it's like through the woods. Mary.
You pack up a little suitcase for him and like send him off. Like, hope you can get over him, man.
Yeah, my dick ran away from my own body to my asshole, but never made it. It got scared and came
Oh
back.
my God. I see it getting to the precipice of it, like to the, the edge of a volcano and just being like, whoa, like about to fall in and being so scared and going like, I want to go back.
Well, it's funny because like my dick wouldn't even fuck my own asshole because my asshole's not that attractive. So
Right.
My dick's like, no, I'm good.
Oh my God.
I'm good.
There's so many things I think in my life that I've covered up, like because
You didn't want the real truth out there.
right,
So then
like
you
I was just scared of roller coasters or whatever. So I used to say I would get sick because that's an easier thing to like. No one can debate like, oh, my stomach hurts, so I don't want to go on the roller coaster, as opposed to like, I just am scared.
Yes.
Or even having an eating disorder, being like, I am, for a while I was like, I'm vegan, because it was just like, okay, that's an excuse to not ever eat anything that's around. I mean, now I'm a vegan for different reasons, but a lot of times people with eating disorders claim to be like gluten-free. Like they just make up things so that they can not have to eat things in public with people and not make it a thing of like, I want to lose weight. I just...
Isn't it funny to...
Because it gets so much more hate if you're like, I'm watching my figure.
If you said you're allergic to alcohol...
Like I don't eat sugar. It's a choice that I make because it just leads me. I just avoid it because it leads me down a road that I don't like. Because I just can't stop. But
would that be an eating disorder still?
No.
So what's the difference though? I'm just wondering. Like, because like, at what point does it?
Well, for me, it's just that triggers my obsessive thoughts about food. When I start eating sugar, I can't stop thinking about the sugar I ate. I want more, but I also feel terrible that I ate it. It's just like a battle that I don't even want to take part in.
But isn't that battle the disorder?
Yeah, so I avoid eating it because I don't want to feel that. The feeling
it's not
comes
a bad
when I
thing.
eat it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from not eating it.
But saying like I don't want to eat sugar because it makes me fatter. That is
It's not about making me fatter.
No, but I'm not saying that you're saying. I'm saying
Right.
though that would get more hate in a
Oh
way.
yeah, the other day on Perfect Strangers 2, there was some cookies that they had for a scene, and they went out of their way to make vegan, sugar-free cookies so that I could eat them. And I was like, I just don't want cookies. I already had breakfast. I'm gonna have lunch right after the scene. I don't want cookies right now, regardless of what they're made of. This isn't, but I felt pressured to eat the cookies because I'm on camera. The other actors in the scene are eating cookies.
Yeah.
And I hated it because if I didn't eat the cookies, then I look like a woman who's like dieting. When really
And then
it's
people
not
will
about
ask you,
that.
they'll go, well, they're vegan. Why wouldn't you eat them? And
Right.
then you got to go, well, because there's sugar in them.
And they go, well, they're sugar free. Why
they're
don't you eat them?
sugar-free, though.
Because I don't
There's
want to
fat
eat
in
something
them.
that doesn't. Because you know what? People just eat whatever the fuck is put in front of them, and I'm not one of those people. Like I value my meals. I want what I put in my body to be what I want, not what is just laying around. But it really has a lot of stigma to it if you don't eat, especially if you're a thinner woman who. Why do you need to? You don't need to not eat these. Just eat them because you're already thin.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like that kind of thing. It's like. Or
People do
or
it with
eat-
alcohol all the time too. They're like, just have 2 drinks. Oh, you're allergic? Just
Yeah,
have
that's
2.
what I was
do you-
thinking
you
about
don't-
too.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same shit.
of
The same. Like alcohol. Like if I said to people, I go, I can't drink alcohol. My body, I have an allergic reaction, and I'll get really red.
you break out in handcuffs.
I'll break out in handcuffs.
The old joke. People
I
have
used
that.
to tell-
everyone has that joke.
What would
When I
you say?
stopped drinking,
Yeah.
when I stopped drinking and all my other friends were drinking and we would go out and everything and people would be like, oh, so what are you going to drink? What are you going to drink? It got easier to like tell people that I was an alcoholic, which is why I'm not drinking, than just being like, I'm not drinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I lied
yes.
about that.
They want a bottom. They want a rock bottom.
Because I think
Rock
we-
bottom's easier to understand.
Because
than I'm tired.
alcoholic is almost the same as saying I am asexual. It just goes right to being asexual is not an easy thing to admit either, but it's easier than saying I have anxiety about catching AIDS.
Yeah.
Saying I'm an alcoholic shuts people up quicker than I don't
just
know.
get tired sometimes.
I realized it wasn't doing for me what I wanted it to do
Exactly.
anymore, and it doesn't. But just have one, okay? Well, that's not really. It's not even worth it. It's just a whole conversation. Alcohol shuts people up. I mean, people always used to be like, Nikki, what is all this food? You know, this was before I like found recovery for eating stuff, but they'd make comments or if I was going to eat, if I was beginning like my binge, people would see my food and just be like, what the hell is this? And I'd just go, oh, I have an eating disorder. Like I just wanted to cut through it because
Yes.
it's just like, shut up. I don't want to
Yeah.
explain this. I don't want to make excuses. I just want to tell the truth without, and people get mad though because people take everything personally. We have such egos that if something you're doing is somehow affects me, if you don't drink, then you must think I'm a bad person for drinking.
the
And
same
so
thing
now
as,
I'm mad
yeah.
that you're not drinking. You're not eating cookies? Oh my God. Well then,
You don't want a hamburger? What do you
oh,
want?
you have people go like, and people get jealous of people who are trying to lose weight, which I guess not eating cookies always looks like you're trying to lose weight. Not my goal, but other people get mad about that because they're like, well, either they can't do that or they don't want to do it, and so they're just like, but you have to be like, I don't want to have to do what you're doing. I feel that way all the time about
Is there
stuff.
any food that you fantasize about eating now, knowing that you
No.
can't eat
The
it?
other day, Robin asked me, because I eat really healthy, and she's like, I was just wondering, like, for you, what would you eat if you could just eat anything?
Yeah.
And I was like, literally this.
Yeah.
I really like what I eat. It like is what I crave. It's what I think about when I wake up. I'm eating what I want, and it just so happens what I want is the thing
Someone
that
else
maybe
would-
someone else would go, oh my God, that seems so
Every day.
sad.
We're similar like that, where we could eat the same thing almost every single day.
Yeah, no, I don't fantasize about food. I used to fantasize about food when I starved myself. I would think about food 24 hours a day. That's all I would think about. It's just like,
Yeah.
I remember on old Survivor episodes when I watched that show, they would just lay around on the sandbank like so tired, and they would just go, pizza. Like, can you think about think about just like melted stringy cheese? They would just imagine food, and that was what it was like being anorexic. You just think about food constantly. I watch the Food Network all the time. all I wanted to think about was food. And now I feed myself, so there's no fantasy of food.
Yeah, it's interesting because like with alcohol, like if you don't drink like non-alcoholic beer you don't have to drink non-alcoholic beer to get through a day, but you have to eat. So whatever you're dealing with, that disorder happens every day. Now, granted, I could drink liquids, which might remind me of liquor or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it doesn't, you don't have to do that every day. But with food, you have to do every day.
But it's not about the food. It's about the feeling.
Yeah.
Like if, I felt that way with weed, like it's not about like, certainly if you're like starving yourself, you're close to going off the edge to some foods that might fuck your mind up.
Yeah.
But if you're satiated and don't have hunger, I am drawn to overeating when I'm satiated because of feelings, but that has nothing to do with me being like, I'm depriving myself of food. It's me clicking into like, I want to fucking push down this feeling and this thing tastes good. And it's just like doing a drug. So it's not motivated by being hungry. It's motivated by being unstable, which is something that you have to take care of in another way.
I had a thought the other day. I actually wrote about it when I said I was like 3 years with alcohol, where I'm like, all I want is like a nice glass of red wine with like a steak. And then I thought about it. I was like, I've never done
sounds like
that.
the saddest fucking meal to me.
Like, I've never done that, though. Like, I had these thoughts.
Yeah, it was like your mom
like,
swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
You're romanticizing this thing that has never even happened.
Yeah.
That if you deprive yourself of it for the rest of your life, it doesn't matter because you never even did
Nikki,
it.
you know what I miss? Drinking bourbon, reading the paper in my study. It's like, no, you don't. Like, you never did these things.
Yeah.
Like, I drank Jaeger bombs and threw up on my own dick while bragging about football. Like, I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny.
We
like
romanticize what we see on TV. We glamorize these like scenes of drinking on TV and in movies when really the reality is never that for us.
Dude, every show now has
struggle
a
with
scene where someone goes to a glass of, even, because people
I
can't.
need a drink.
You know what it is? I don't think people can't smoke anymore on movies. So then they have, alcohol.
You're right.
That's why it's in every single. I mean, Mad Men. Every scene was a guy drinking, but like even now though, it's like, oh, my kid is. Euphoria is just. It's turned into like a.
But it's not wrong.
A PSA.
Like when it is que.
I don't.
When people go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You're right. It annoys me because it makes it seem like that is a normal thing, and like the only way to soothe feeling like you just went through a breakup or you're
Every
mad.
country
You had
song.
a rough day.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a drink. It's like a punchline when someone walks in the room like, does anyone have bourbon? Like, or is that whiskey in there? Give me some. And then like chugging it and people go, woo! Like when the fucking woman is just had a long day and drinks a bunch or takes a shot because, I got I lost my fucking.
I lost my
I was
dog
gonna say
in the
child.
war.
Yeah, I was gonna say child, but maybe you deserve it then. But the thing is, that's what they're doing is not like cheersing to a bad day. They're numbing pain, and so that is accurate. Like that's what it does.
Yeah.
So it does do that.
For a while, and then
But the thing
next
is, the
day,
pain is waiting
the
for
pain-
you
yeah.
with a headache and
Yeah.
nausea and all of the dumb things you texted people the next day. The pain is not going away. It's just a Band-Aid for it, which is fine in the moment, but then you got to keep drinking to keep it away. It will come back up. And that's the thing that I don't think those shows
Yeah,
really
look, if the show
represent.
was just like, hey, let's go get, like How I Met Your Mother, where they drink in a bar, where they're just having like a good time, I'm all for that, like whatever. But if it's like, I'm alone and I'm sad and I'm going to knock back 3 bottles of booze and I'll feel better because I did this. It's
Oh
like,
man,
no,
I used
you're
to
not.
steal my mom's cigarettes on late at night when I would stay up all night writing an essay senior year of high school.
Yeah, where were they? Like in her bag?
In her
the
purse,
kitchen?
and I would
Yeah.
go steal them and sit on the front porch and just like be like, God, it's fucking rough writing this 5-paragraph essay about fucking.
Why does it? You're like a detective, like having to stay up all night and you gotta.
And I remember I would look at my dog Speedo and just be like, fucking, you get it, Speedo. And I'd just like stare him down and like he'd be out in the yard and I'd be like, God. And I'd feel so like, I felt like I was in a movie. It's like crying in the sometimes in the shower, I like imagine I'm in a movie to just get the tears going. Like we are so motivated in everything we do by entertainment. Let's take a break and come back and talk a little bit more about this. Andrew!
Coming.
We're back. I want to tell you what I just did.
What do you mean?
So I picked you up this morning,
Yeah.
and you were at Starbucks. I picked you, scooped you up. Then
Grabbed a
what did we
couple
do?
coffees.
Yeah,
Ventis.
yeah,
Venti. Almond
yeah. Some
latte.
people said they got my drink order recently, and they said it was pretty damn good. Listen, I'm not wrong.
No.
It's fucking good.
Simple.
I do have anxiety about people trying the things I eat because the things I eat are always, everyone just looks at them like they're so sad. So I think that when people do the things I do, they're going to go, this is your life, even though I like it.
Yeah,
Does that
but-
make sense?
Yes, it does. But I think
It'd be like someone trying the sex move that you talked about where you do like the reverse cowgirl with your
with
your
my legs
open.
open. Yeah.
And someone did that and goes, that's stupid. My dick doesn't need to like
But
any more room.
when has ever anyone copied you and said that this tastes like shit?
So many times people have looked at my food and gone, oh my God, they just judge it by looking at it. So I'm scared that once they try it, they'll be like, oh my God. Whereas if they don't try it, I can always just be like, well, it does taste good. You just don't know.
Well, there is the guy that like, or the girl that like, I get chicken parm. How are you going to get a chicken? You know, they're at dinner and they get mad that the other
I cannot
person.
stand when people do that. I mean, I think I've been very clear about that I'm always the last to order because I never want, and I have had so many times where people go, actually, I'm going to change my order to hers. And blood starts trickling out of my
Why
ear probably.
though? Why? Why does
Because
it?
it's
Do you think because
be your
you're
own
not eating what you
person.
want to eat?
No, I do want to eat what I want to eat, but I just feel like they think that what I ordered will work for them when really mine has gone through rigorous testing to get to the point where I know what I want. I am so
So it's like someone getting a special in their first year of comedy, just like you, like on HBO, and they haven't worked as hard.
No, it's
Like,
not
I
that
mean,
they
how
haven't worked as
hard have you worked to get to your order?
I am a unique person who has unique tastes, and I just don't think that person is honoring what they really want. They just are trying to be someone else is my thing, and I think that makes me mad because it's like it just makes me sad for them, and it makes me I think mad because I'm just like, if it honestly sounds good to you, that's fine. But like, I think you're just trying to be me a little bit. And I think it's just a little bit sad. And it shows me like, it makes me not respect you as much because there's no way you want what I just ordered. It's so weird and so refined.
Yeah. Well, your food orders
are so specific.
Weird. That would be.
So when someone
I've never
goes, I
done
want
that.
exactly this
Yeah.
bullshit.
Food? No,
Okay,
just
maybe not food.
Starbucks.
Yeah, but like
Starbucks is the only thing.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't drink that much coffee. I wasn't a big coffee head throughout my whole 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
I'd get coffee black with like 2 sugars.
Yeah, I
and a
don't
little
know. I
milk.
gotta examine why it bothers me so much when people do that. But I think it's because you're not gonna like this. Just get what you like. Don't you know what you like? It makes me
I
like
didn't
not
know what I
respect
liked.
them.
I didn't know what I liked.
Yeah, it makes me
But
not
what's
respect
about
them.
respect? It's not even a big
Because people
deal.
don't,
Why
I
is
want
it a
people
big
to know because I want people to get what they want, not what they think I want them to get.
No, that's not why
not-
I get it. I'm telling you that as someone
I believe you when you
Yeah.
say, "Oh, that sounds good. I want to try it."
Yeah.
But I think why can't you look at a menu and go like, "Actually, that sounds
No,
good
I
to
feel
me."
it so much where like sometimes I'll go with oat milk because if I go with almond milk, which I actually do like to taste better, you'll think, well, I actually told you that it was less calories one time and you're not going with oat milk, but you really want oat milk. Or you would get me soy milk instead of almond milk at times, so it wasn't the same.
So it's not the same because I just am like I'm doing something that is for my sanity, and it's gonna fuck you.
That's
I guess
what
I
it's
just
about.
project
That's
the
what
thing.
I was asking. I was like, I think it's like your own specific order that you're doing it for your because of I don't know, like your sanity, like right? Like,
Yes.
But for me, it's just a call. Like I'm not even thinking. I'm just like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Like, oh yeah, and
Right,
it is
but
good.
I always go like, but you always liked the taste of this thing. Why are you switching to this other thing? Because you think it's more like I'm just trying to avoid people doing diety things.
Yes, you don't like other people doing diety things.
Yes, but I do diety things not because I'm trying to lose weight, but because I know that they'll fuck up my mind. Whereas I think other people that I don't think you have eating disorder issues. So I'm just like, why not enjoy the thing that you actually want? You don't have sugar issues. So why wouldn't you get the thing that has something that will make it taste better in the moment for you? Because you like the taste of things that taste
But here's the thing. I'm overweight, right? Like if you had to say like what my weight should be by a doctor's standpoint and like what my cholesterol is, I should be probably 15, 20 pounds lighter. It's fine. It is what it is, right? So if I decide, hey, I want a salad, I don't want to eat that bread, right? And then if you get offended by me not eating the bread, you're like, well, you should enjoy the bread. You like bread. But I also probably should be healthier. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it has nothing to do with you, but it projects onto other people's eating habits.
No. I definitely...
Which is fine, because at the end of the day, like, you just want people to be happy.
Yes.
And, like, you don't want them to feel like
I don't want them to feel deprived.
Yes.
I don't want people to diet around me. I hate people dieting around me. It just really... Because for me, diet equals they're hungry and miserable and distracted and not present. And, like, I just know when people... If I watch you just have a salad that has no protein, no cheese, minimal dressing, I just know you're going to be hungry. If I have a salad,
but
because
why
the menu
are you
has
watching
nothing,
what I eat? If I watch what you ate, you would be pissed.
Because I can't help it. I'm just admitting what's true.
No. I'm not angry about this at all. I'm just saying, like...
You sound hangry about it.
I am pretty hungry.
Because you just had a little salad.
No, I had eggs this morning, fruit, and cereal.
What I'm just saying is I don't want to be around people who are dieting, not because they're getting thinner than me and I'm jealous that they're doing this thing, because I know they're not going to be present. I know what it's like to be hungry. They're going to be distracted. They're not going to be as good in as good of a mood. And I don't want to be around you. So honestly, it makes me want to just leave a situation when I'm with people who have not eaten enough. And I can't help it, but I do know how much people have eaten. If I'm with people for 7 hours, I know if someone, because they start getting cranky. I can tell if you've eaten breakfast in the morning when we do this podcast. I can tell already.
Did you think you knew I ate breakfast this morning?
For sure.
Well, I told you I ate breakfast this
No, but I just knew you did because I just knew because there was I'm so in tune with that stuff that I just know.
Yeah.
And then I feel guilty when I want to leave a situation because people are dieting, because that's not when people go, why do you want to leave? I guess I could just say I don't feel good, because the truth is I don't.
You could say you're asexual.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm asexual.
Wait, so what happened at Starbucks?
Okay, so we went to Starbucks.
And then we go wow, we went on a tangent, boy.
I mean, this is what it is. We went to the ATM machine. ATM machine.
This is what it is.
And I'm at the ATM, and the ATM is right next to one of those guys that's like, hey, you want to go out on a whale watching?
Yeah.
You want to go parasailing? You want to go ziplining? I got adventures for you, like one of those kiosks, because there's a lot of tourists in this area. I'm at the ATM. I already said hi to the guy who's like calling people in, and I'm pressing the buttons, trying to figure out how many pesos and doing the conversion and stuff. And then this guy comes up to the window to talk to the woman about excursions, and he's like, I want to swim with dolphins. I want my kids to swim with dolphins. And I just am like, I'm just like looking,
you didn't
and
say
then
anything, did you?
And then the woman is opening the brochure, and he's like, so how much is this trip? And I go, don't do that.
Oh, no. You did. This is so Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I
what
go,
the hell? No,
I just want you to know they abuse those dolphins, and that
you did on a family vacation.
The family wasn't with him. He goes, what? And I go, they abuse those dolphins. They're meant to be wild animals, and they're in a tank, and their lives are miserable. Just so you know. I know it seems fun, but I swear to God, I said whale watching is probably just as much money, and it's out in the wild, and you're not disturbing, and you're witnessing a wild animal who's happy.
What did he do?
I gave him. It's not like I was being rude. I was saying facts.
It's good
Those
advice.
animals are abused, and also your kids will get so much more enjoyment out of seeing a wild animal, and they aren't contributing. I didn't say all that, but I go. Whale watching is incredible. You can see a live animal that's not abused, and he just goes, okay. I want my kids to swim with dolphins, and says back to the woman.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he goes, I just want to swim with some dolphins.
He didn't listen.
You tried.
He thought I was insane. And you know what? I did not care. It was very awkward. It was not something I wanted to do. I don't want confrontation.
Yeah, I
don't want to
feel
make
it.
someone feel bad about what they're going to do. I really don't. I just want to give people facts. And obviously, I offered a solution. I wasn't just like, you're a bad person. I was just like, hey, here's some information. Totally fine. But here's another thing you could do. And he just goes, he looked at me like I was crazy and then just goes, my kids want to swim with dolphins. And he goes back to the brochure and I was just like, "Keh." And I just went back to the ATM and then it didn't work. But I will say,
he has the thought later in
goes,
life?
No, he walked away from the booth without doing the dolphin thing.
Why do you think
looked
he
at
did
the brochure and then he
saw it was more money?
Because I think he
didn't want to tell you that he felt bad.
Yeah.
But
It got to him.
It did get to him. I'm not kidding you. And I bet you anything, he went back to his kids. And let's say his kids have a little bit more empathy than he does. He went back to his kids and was like, some crazy lady just told me they abused the dolphins. Maybe his daughter goes, say what? And maybe she'll Google it and learn and say, I'm not going. You know, it could create a ripple effect, or it could create, Trump 2024. I believe in it even harder. Fuck the dolphins.
I swam with dolphins with Rusty.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people, I wish I would have swum with dolphins before I learned it was a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
It seems like a real fun thing, but
we both wanted to be SeaWorld people.
Yeah, that was
because
like
I went to SeaWorld once. I want to ride a fucking whale. That's what I want to do.
It's the way I felt about like the leaked nudes of celebrities. I wish I would have looked before I knew it was bad to look. Now you know it's an invasion of their privacy, so you can't look. But I'm like, God damn it! I wish I
want to ride that dolphin.
That's the way I say about drinking. I'm like, if you haven't quit drinking yet, you're going to at some point. If you're a self-aware enough person, you clearly have a problem. Person who gets hungover constantly. Just enjoy your life right now.
Get into it. Ride a dolphin.
Have fun. Get drunk and fucking ride a dolphin. Go fuck a dolphin.
Here's the thing. I was thinking about this analogy the whole time. Guys, when we put our dick to our assholes, we don't want to necessarily. We just want to see if we can. And it's the same thing as taking your tongue and seeing if you can touch your nose. It's the same exact feeling a guy gets.
I can't do it.
What? Touch your dick to your nose?
Put my tongue in my asshole. Go around my head and around the back, like Kim Kardashian.
There
with
are
that champagne.
people that can do that. It's fucking wild.
What? To touch
that
their
can lick their own asshole.
Oh yeah, the
that
bendy.
way.
Yeah, it's incredible. Is it like sexual when you see that? When you see women that are like really bendy? I always know that like if a woman can do a split, guys are like, whoa, sex.
Some girls will like put their legs so far, like literally, like. And like then their vagina's like here, and it's a little like
whoa, she could
like a sword swallower, like circus. It's too circus like almost.
Yeah, it's almost like circus soul. Wait, what did you call Cirque du Soleil yesterday?
Oh, Circus Olay.
He called it Circus Olay, which makes sense. Like it sounds like it's French. Cirque du Soleil is French, but it sounds like Spanish.
What is it again?
Cirque, CIRQUE, du, Soleil, SOLEIL, which is sun.
Magellan effect.
Let's get to the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Welcome back from the bathroom.
Oh, man. Yeah, I just went to the bathroom. I realized you have a bathtub in your bedroom.
Yes.
Which is wild.
Did you piss in it?
I did. I pissed in it, and then I took a shit in your shower. But don't worry about it. Your shower is in your closet. No, I was just saying to you that it's either you're rich. When you're rich, your bathtub's in your bedroom. When you're poor, you're in New York, and your shower's in your kitchen. I remember my buddy Casey and J.F. Harris or something. Well, I forget his name.
I know J.F. Harris, yeah.
They had a shower.
In their kitchen?
Like full-on shower in their kitchen.
Oh, my God. So gross.
So funny. It's kind of cool, though. You could, like, cook eggs while fucking
Have you ever
washing
eaten in the shower?
Huh?
Eaten in the shower?
Yeah.
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 Had a beer in the shower?
I mean, that was my whole 20s.
Yeah.
You might as well just...
I'm
could be a
surprised you
montage.
showered in your 20s.
Well, it was just... I drank beer once a week.
All right. What's the first news story?
The news, here it comes. I saw, actually, someone wrote me a message. They're like, can Noah read the news? Because you seem to not, like, get through it. And I was like, we could try it. Noah, do you want to?
Noah, will you try reading the news?
Yeah, no, you read the news and we'll react.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not a bad idea.
It really isn't.
Honestly, I read it. I didn't get offended at all. I go,
yeah.
I got a point.
Listen, you know your limitations.
Yeah, Noah's got a good news voice. Okay.
That's just knowing yourself.
Yeah, no one.
I like the way Andrew reads the news, even if it's quirky.
That's
Quirky's
such a
one
sweet way to say it.
I have all the swells, by the way, and
Yeah.
it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's Wednesday.
Noah, what's the news today? Let's try something new.
Okay. Beachgoers witness a 15-foot shark kill a swimmer in Sydney.
Whoa.
People who were fishing off the nearby shoreline heard the swimmer scream in terror and saw the entire attack unfold.
Oh my God.
In a video, a shark was lurking around and the guy recording yelled out, "Someone just got eaten by a shark. Oh man, oh no, that's insane." Police say when they arrived, they could still see human remains in the water.
Oh my God. Wait, do they know who it is?
They haven't identified the person who was eaten just yet.
Fuck. What kind of wait? Can we see the video, or is it really scary and like
It's-
is it all
it's
blurred,
blurred
out?
out.
I think it's the guy that didn't swim with the dolphins.
He went on the whale.
He's like, you know what? I'll go swim in the wild. It's better.
At
least they don't get abused there.
Oh my God.
Oh shit!
No, that's so fucking sad and like
it's sad.
also so
What
so
do you
terrible
do?
to
What do
witness.
you do? What do you do? Do you
Take out your camera and fucking film, dude.
go viral?
What do you
bro?
do if you see someone being eaten by a shark? I mean, nothing. I don't have the ability to do anything about that. Like it's kind of like I don't know. Oh boy.
I think you go.
So they witnessed him. Like the guy was screaming that he was the man already like dead.
They heard a scream, and then when the police arrived, there were body parts in the water floating.
Oh God.
Oh, there's a video of it.
Fuck yeah.
This is
Oh my
Okay.
God. Wait a second. Can we
God.
see?
Was he a surfer?
Someone just got eaten by a
Tim-
shark.
Oh no.
Big
It's gonna be blurry. It's right there.
Oh man.
Oh, there's
no.
a big blurred out like body.
And then the birds land on it.
Oh my God, the birds are all going
That's
crazy around it.
insane.
Whoa, that's a big blur. It is insane. Oh no.
The person's
What's
still
this?
there.
Oh God.
Okay, this is probably.
Do you want me
we
to
gotta
stop
probably-
it? I can't see you
No,
guys.
no, keep going. Oh my God. Dude, you see like big. Oh my God.
It's not good.
Wow. Glaser is definitely going to try to find that unblurred footage.
Do you think there's another shark being like, God, you ate what I wanted to eat?
Oh my God, Andrew, that's so funny. We just ran out. That was the last one we had. Sorry.
You know what I like.
Yeah, we just ran out of human swimming man.
Wait, so time out. What, this? Oh, it was a swim. Who's swimming where there's shark? Like surf. Don't swim, man.
Well,
I'm not going with these.
don't
whale
blame the
sharks,
victim,
man.
dude. Don't blame the victim. This is the circle of life. That guy was. Let me just say though, that was some really deep, rough water that guy was
That's what I'm
swimming
saying.
in.
Like, what are you doing?
Maybe he was out there surfing. Did that look like surfing
No,
times?
it says it was a swimmer.
Oh fuck, dude. I mean,
by themselves. Like, what kind?
oh,
Like,
you know what? Like, I can't wait till we find out about this guy. What his life was like. I'm so sorry to anyone
Yeah,
who was
yeah,
affected
this
by
does
that.
suck.
It's
I'm
so
sorry, mate.
sad, and I will try to watch this footage. I don't know. There's something about. I've never even seen Jaws, that movie,
Oh.
because I'm so scared of
It's
stuff
the
like that.
documentary.
But I
Okay, I'll stop. This sucks.
no, this really sucks.
It's because I'm so
Would
afraid
you
of
wanna
it, so
watch
I
that?
make jokes about it. Huh?
Would you want to watch the actual footage of that?
Wow,
Because that
live?
was we just saw the blur. No. Would you want to go find the actual
I'd
footage?
probably
Because
watch it on a
I generally
TikTok
don't
if
like
it
to
was-
see scary things, but that one I just like. That is so fucking. That really strikes my morbid curiosity.
Yeah, it does me too. If it was on TikTok and the background music was like A, B, C, D, like a fun song.
No.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
that song
yeah.
is.
If it's like a fun dance aside of it, so it balances
Or
it
someone
out.
just like where it's in the background and the person's head is like.
Hearing that guy going, oh no, oh.
I hate
That was a
TikToks
lot.
where they go over the
15
the
seconds.
green screen. Like they'll be showing a clip and they'll go like. This and then they're like what, interrupting it with their big stupid head. I hate those.
But
or
you
the-
like reactionary videos. That's a reactionary video.
I mean, I just think that it's just there's some things on TikTok that I don't understand why they're popular because they look such shit.
What's annoying to me?
Our technology is so good, and some things look so like the ones that even the woman's voice of like, I tried to trick my husband into thinking that I was an intruder. It's like, why don't you just say it?
Yeah. Also, it's really funny to be you're putting your head in an already very captivating video. Like, it's one thing to do reactionary video to a song or whatever, but like, you know, a guy's getting eaten by a shark, and you're like, what?
But they can never do it smoothly. They always come in like,
Yeah.
It's never like a smooth. They don't ever go like.
Hey, I'm gonna make the shark getting eaten about me.
And the camera's shaky. Like, it boggles my. I just don't understand.
Well, that person just bought a Tesla.
Have you ever used that kind of thing on TikTok?
No, I don't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it.
It'd probably be very easy because everyone can do it. But
yeah,
okay, that was insane, and I'm really, really sorry. But like, I'm interested in more details. I mean, there are some stories that I'm on the edge of my fucking seat about, like, what's going to happen next. Like, I know that we're going to find out who that guy was, more about the story. There's probably going to be more footage that comes out. I do, though, if I ever get eaten by a shark, I want it to be in Australia because I want when people say no, for it to say, no, 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 no.
It does sound like
It sounds much more satisfying. I love an Australian no. It's all you have to do an Australian no. The trick is you take the word annoy and you take off the first and you just say noi, noi, noi,
no,
noi. Just say noi,
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 noi.
no, and just do it more like no, no,
no, no,
no worries.
no worries.
It sounds like you're mocking my name.
Noah.
Noah. Noah.
All right,
Okay.
next news story, Noah. You did great on
Oh my
that
God,
one.
that was so good. She even did a dramatization in her voice.
I mean,
that was.
You know what, though? I'm always afraid you're going to cut me off, so I get afraid that I'm not getting through it in time.
That's a good point. I probably would.
But you're not going to cut off Noah.
No.
Noah doesn't feel that, what I felt.
No, because I'm compelled to hear the end of the sentence.
You're like a 15-foot shark while I'm trying to read a fucking news story. I'm like, no, Nikki, no, Noah, you're annoying me. All right, here we go.
God.
Go, Noah, kill it.
Okay. A girl who went missing more than 2 years ago at the age of 4 was found alive by police, hidden underneath a staircase in a New York home.
Oh my
Wow.
God. That's the greatest
Wait,
game of
what?
hide and seek I've ever heard.
Detectives removed several of the wooden steps in a basement, and that is when detectives saw a pair of tiny feet. After removing several more steps, the child and her abductor were discovered within. The space was small, cold, and wet. Authorities believe she was taken by her non-custodial parents, and police had previously followed leads to the residence where she was ultimately found, but said that each time the residents had denied any knowledge of the girl's whereabouts.
So they go,
Wait.
why would they even take apart the staircase? It was just because it needed, like, the cops went over and were like, oh, there's a little
They had
creaky.
gotten
We're
a
going to come
lead.
back and fix it. Oh, so they were looking for her. And they had a feeling that it was
must
in the
have gotten
staircase.
Yeah, they must have gotten a lead that there was something happening in the basement underneath the staircase.
Oh
that
my
they knew to go there.
God. Where in New York? Is this in Manhattan? Or like
No. It's like
New
somewhere
York City?
like upstate
Jesus
New York.
Christ. I mean, I always think about that, like, you know, all the women right now that are, or, you know, men, but mostly women who are in some fucking psycho's chamber. Of,
Listening to
Do you
this.
want to see what it looks like? It's kind of sad.
yes. Yeah.
stair.
Oh my God, we keep
mean, have you
having
ever heard of that-
visuals. Real. Oh my
no.
God,
It's a crime
Noah!
podcast.
I'd rather watch a shark attack again.
There is a panda pillow that is like, looks like it's crying.
It looks like from South Park or something.
And oh, that's so sad. And the captor was in
Terrible.
there with her. Fucking disgusting.
Oh God,
Everyone,
fuck that. Dude, fucking, I want to kill him.
I want to kill
Probably
him
holding
so
her to like
hard.
be quiet.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Oh my God, that poor baby.
I
God,
wonder what the
hope
rent
she's
was in
okay.
New York for there.
Oh, I mean, is there a shower in there? That little staircase part, that's got to be at least $1,200 a month.
Well, yeah, with COVID rules, but yeah.
Oh, there's a little like girl's boot next to it. Oh my God, that's so
Imagine the
fucking
guy
sad.
getting the stairs picked up, and he's like, I'm just here." Like he's trying to still get out of it. Like it's the most obvious thing
Yeah.
ever. That, like, it's just
Ollie
like,
Ollie oxen free.
Marco,
Oh my God.
your pool.
My grandpa used to do this thing where we'd play hide and seek, and then he would never come look for us.
That's so fucked up.
And my parents
What's
loved
the
it. My parents would
what's the
laugh so
longest-
hard, and I knew there was something up about this game because my parents would go, "Bob, play hide and seek with the kids," and they'd laugh and laugh and laugh. And I didn't hide that long because I was on to them eventually. But he would just have us go hide, and then he'd never come find us. And then you just stay. Like it's kind of genius. It's like when I used to play doctor with kids I babysat for, where I was like, you can just like, I'm a dead patient and you have to operate on me, and then I get to take a nap.
Wow. Yeah,
I just get to lay there while kids like
a light massage.
Where
yeah.
I'm like, just my knee. You're a knee surgeon, and they just like tinker on my knee.
You're a masseuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long was the longest you think you hid for before you realized?
Probably 10 minutes. I mean, kids' attention spans are not that. It just made. I think I caught on quicker than I just knew something was up because my dad was laughing too hard.
Did they ever do the?
Did you have a go-to?
You can't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Noah.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you had like a go-to spot.
I think I always picked closets and clothes. And I would hide. I would try to hide on top of something and then hide within the clothes.
Oh.
But I also have like, I used to come up with ideas for, because I was so obsessed with being kidnapped and like someone breaking into my house and like someone, and where I would hide. And I came up with an idea for under the bed. You would have a bed that is very high off the ground, and it would have a storage unit that you could hide in up. So you go under the bed and then you climb up into a little recessed thing that hung down, and you would be able to stay there and protect yourself from intruders. And I used to think, I'll make my bed after I get out of it to make it look like no one was in it, and then go under, and I could sell these beds to make people feel safer.
Oh, this is your Shark Tank pit. You're pitching a
As
bed.
a child, I came up with many inventions like this. Also one where you have a long tube that you put your cigarette on so that you could smoke in the car with the kids, but your kids won't get a headache. And the cigarette would go out the window, and then you would suck it, and then you would have another tube where you would blow out the smoke, and it would go out the car.
Did you ever
too.
think about just putting a smaller contraption on top of a scuba snorkel?
No. I didn't.
That could have worked. Did you ever do the thing where they go, hey, I bet you can't get that in 20 seconds, and then you end up like, I mean, that
doing
works
the kid
so
thing,
well.
you just like, but you can't. You just make them run back and forth, run around to tire
But you
them.
can't divorce mom in 20 seconds. That's what my dad did to me. I got it done too in 18.
Noah, what's our last news story?
Okay. All right. Mark Zuckerberg, who is on a rebranding mission, announced that employees at the social media giant will now
I heard
refer
this.
to each other as MetaMates.
Metamates.
What is this, like a manatee? Metamates.
Because the metaverse.
Metamates.
Ugh, it's like Vegemite.
Metamates. I mean, does he want us to like him ever? That is the. I just like someone that gets made fun of so much for being so lame. Why would you ever think that would make you?
You know who he is? He's David Koresh. If David Koresh had $1 billion or
Right.
$100 billion, like he has the same, but because he has so much money, everyone's just like, we're metamates. Like money and power equal, like, and a thought that you
I
have.
wonder if they thought it was cool, his employees. You know, I wonder if they all kind of
No.
snickered to themselves.
I don't know. We have
No way.
besties that are like, you know what I mean? Like, is it?
Well, we know that besties is
A
like
joke off of
a thing
besties.
that people say besties all the time is eye rolly, and it's just like ugh. We kind of took that from that.
Yes, we
Yeah.
took that from. Yeah,
We're-
maybe we
we-
should,
it's
let's
ironic.
call our fans metamates from
Oh my
now on.
god. No,
No.
I can't. Metamates. It's this was all over the internet yesterday. I read it so many places. I didn't know what I was supposed
So
to
it's
make
a
of it.
play off of. Oh yeah, go ahead, Noah. Sorry, I'm reading your line.
Okay. The term is apparently a play on the naval-inspired slogan used at Instagram, shipmates self. I don't know what that means.
The word mates, you never want to throw that into something because mate, it just is like
Australian
playmate,
again, but yeah.
mate.
I might.
No,
mate.
mate.
Metamate.
Yeah,
He just wants control over people. That's all it's about.
man, I
man.
love that Social Network movie though.
It is great.
He was good in that. He wasn't even in it. But I liked that
Jesse,
movie so Jesse Eisenberg. Oh my God, that movie is so good.
He's also Jesse Eisenberg's great. He plays that like weird kind of smart character. I wonder if he's smart in real life or he's dumb as
I
shit.
bet he is. I bet he is. But most actors, I bet he's a little bit boring.
He lives in like Wisconsin and he loves stand-up apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Jesse. Sorry, I thought you were
State.
boring.
Comedy on State. He
Come
goes to all
on,
the time.
See me I'm going to Wisconsin on my tour. I got a lot of dates coming up, by the way.
Wisconsin.
Where
Rhymes with me
are we
and
going? Austin, Jacksonville, another place in Florida. I kind of want to stay at the hotel where Bob. I think I'm playing the same venue that Bob played on the last night before he died.
Oh.
I don't know what for some reason I want to like stay at the same hotel. Is that weird of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna...
there's something about like on Reddit I follow like last images. Like I just like to hear like the last thing this person did, the last like mic this guy, I want to use the same mic he grabbed. Like I want to just like I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't be happy about that.
No, I think honestly, I think I reason
but...
everything every time I make a Bob Saget. Like I'm like, I make jokes referencing what happened to him because I think it's like, honestly, I think he would chuckle at it. And I think he would make the same joke if some other comedian died
for
of
sure.
the same stuff.
And in the same breath, he'd go, it's horrible, but also this is hilarious.
We make jokes because we're in pain. Let's go to break and come back again.
No, that was a great job. Can I just say one thing? All our metamates,
No,
besties
don't call
out
them
there.
that. Don't you call them that. Okay.
I know Noah's better than me. I don't need messages telling me. I know, okay?
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't like that. I don't need messages like that either.
We are back from break. We do not need. Andrew does not need to hear that Noah's better. We're gonna keep
We know
Noah
we know she
in the news segment, and it's not because she's better. It's like we need more Noah on the show anyway.
Yes.
This is
She's better. She's better.
and she
It's okay.
organizes the news stories anyway for you to read. So it's just this is less work for you to do, and we have more. You can now react more.
Oh, so I'm not even gonna pick the stories anymore?
I don't even think you need to. I trust Noah.
Oh,
I've
I
been
like
picking
working
the
with
stories
Andrew.
every morning, though.
Okay, Andrew picks the stories, but I kind of like you not knowing the stories and reacting with me.
How about this, though? Noah might write one line that I still get to say in the news.
Oh, I like
And
that.
it could be the one with the biggest word with the most S's.
Hate that. Noah, you always give him the most S's sentence. All right, let's.
I don't do it intentionally.
Can we do Why Do I Care?
Yes, I think you'll really like Why Do I Care?
I have a feeling I will. Why do I care? Why do I care?
All right, so this is from BuzzFeed. I totally stole it.
Okay.
It's time for you to figure out if these quotes are from Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. Want to do it?
Hit me, bitch. Yeah.
I feel like if you don't get this right, you should lose your Taylor card for a
I
week.
will
You can't
say,
listen
though,
to
that I
Taylor.
am not familiar with her
Early.
first album, Taylor Swift. I do not have that one memorized.
And any Shakespeare.
Yeah. So it's either Taylor Swift's first album or Shakespeare or Taylor Swift, the last 8 albums. All right, let's go.
I know Macbeth pretty well. I don't want to look either.
No, I
I'm
do.
gonna
I know
guess too.
Big Beth King Lear and Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Shylock. He was the
All
Jew.
right, first one. Long were the nights when my days once revolved
Taylor.
around you. Correct.
Long were the nights when my days once revolved around you.
I think it's Hamlet.
Okay.
Praying the
All right.
floor won't fall through.
Okay, so it's Taylor. All right, next.
Okay. Next one.
He wore a scarf on the old boat of the tugboat. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's something. I couldn't even think of something.
It's hard to
the
shake.
mighty sword has fallen into
Thou
my
doth.
chest. My blood exists.
Oh my God, we should try to quote Shakespeare and try to get anything right. Okay, Noah, keep going.
Okay. Cowards die many times before their deaths.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. The
Correct.
only thing that I could think of that lyric would be in is the song Innocent, which is about Kanye. But she's actually forgiving him in that song.
Okay, next one. Whether be the frost or the violence of the dog
Shakespeare.
days.
Shakespeare.
I don't know. Noah froze.
No, I didn't freeze. I'm waiting to see if you have an answer.
Oh, I'm going to go with Taylor, actually, because I could tell by your expression that you were surprised Nikki didn't know it.
Damn. Yes.
Yes.
It's Taylor.
Yeah. What album's that
Whether
on?
be the frost.
Or the violence of the dog days.
Is that from it's got to be from a Taylor Swift song from the album Taylor Swift.
Yes. Let me just look that up because I thought you would get it right.
Oh my God.
didn't.
Be the frost.
Wow, I know Taylor better than
Oh,
you.
it's from Evermore.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, you know what? It's probably from. Is it from the Lakes?
Hold on.
Be the Frost, Taylor. I'm letting everyone down. It's from Evermore. I really don't like that song.
yeah.
I'll stand by it. It's from the song Evermore. I don't know that song.
Shots
very well.
fired.
I just don't like Bon
No,
Iver.
the shots are fired.
He
there
just
you go.
sounds like the. It's just he bugs me. His voice. Sorry. Shots fired.
Okay.
Fire.
Next one.
That's fine.
My castle crumbled overnight.
Taylor. My castle crumbled overnight.
Taylor.
Call it what you want.
Call it what you want.
Yep.
Some of them have, but they're both, actually.
I mean, I think maybe.
Well,
it does.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Okay, just have a couple more. This is the very ecstasy of love.
That's got to be Shakespeare.
No, that's Taylor.
Shakespeare. I think he's
Okay,
right.
good.
Fuck.
Thank God.
We're tied.
Yeah, we are.
This is the last one.
Okay, no, there's two more.
Okay.
Just twin fire signs
Taylor.
or blue eyes.
Taylor.
Twin
Blue eyes.
fire signs for blue eyes.
Taylor.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Okay, last one. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen.
That's Shakespeare, dude.
Yeah, it's got to be Shakesy.
Yeah,
Shit.
you're right.
Yes.
All right, that was fun. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah, that's a fun
I
game.
love a
I
little
like that
Taylor
game.
Swift action.
I kind of want to do something else too, where it's like, is it the Wire or Snoop Dogg album? You know, or like we could do them with like other.
that could be fun. I
Yeah.
bet there's a lot of games like that online that we could just steal from BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Not do the work for.
Yeah, let's listen to another podcast. What they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we did before.
Morbid.
Morbid. This is the morbid girls talking about the shark attack. Ouch.
No, you tell me the
Oh.
story and I'll
So
react.
a man was brutally ripped to shreds in the bay of the off the coast of Sydney. People watched on, and as his
Ooh,
limbs
ouchie.
were torn from his torso, and he cried in agony as no one came to his rescue.
Was there any other like swimmers around or something?
Ugh. Yikes. Ooh.
Yowza.
Oh, boo-boo. Yeesh. Oh, my God. Bad day Monday.
Can we get the morbid girls on our show? Can we figure that out? And have them tell us a story?
I don't think they'll appreciate us making fun of the...
Yeah, that's true. They do seem to take themselves dead seriously.
Yes. But as they... I mean... Ooh, pun intended. Let's get to our Wild Wednesday, Wacky Wild Wednesday segment of the week. This time we're playing the Esther Perel board game, Where Should We Begin?
Oh.
And Noah owns it, and so she is going to pick a card, which is a topic of which we should tell a story that is related to this topic, and then she's going to pick the sentence structure for which we'll begin the story. Is that correct, Noah?
Yeah, there's a prompt card that sets the mood for the storytellers, like the lens that sets the mood, and then the story card, which is the opening phrase of the story.
Got it. Love it. Let's do it.
Okay. So the prompt card is taboo,
Okay.
and then the sentence is a mistake I'll never make again.
Taboo.
Okay.
Taboo means.
Taboo means, society labels it as like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't
Okay.
do that.
All right. Okay.
A mistake I'll never make again is, I will say, a mistake I will never make again is talking about my sex life in a way that implies someone else's experience by their name. That talking about a taboo a mistake I'll never make again is talking about my sex life in a way that someone else I'm describing someone else's experience, which is not their own. So I can I from now on I'm only going to talk about my sex life in terms of like what I experience and not implying that anyone else was there, because that is kind of, I've realized, not fair to the person that you share it with, that you are taking that from them of like what they experienced by me saying like I did this with blah blah blah. That's, to me, it's already taboo to talk about your sex life openly, but I'm going to from now on.
That's been your whole like thing.
Yeah, but I won't do it by someone's name. If I do it, it's going to be vague and not implicate anyone else in it by name from now on. So that's my story, because I've just realized that I think that it sucks, because I'm someone who is obviously like very open about every fucking thing, especially stuff regarding sex, and sometimes the person, like, not everyone feels that way. Most people aren't the same way regarding their sex life. But the hard part is when you talk about your sex life openly, you're always doing it with someone else if it's not masturbation. So you can't really talk about your sex life openly without including someone else.
Unless you're cheating. Yeah. But there's a way to do it that I'm open to, in which no one gets hurt. And I'm trepidation. I just want to be more mindful of that, that my experience is my experience. And honestly, what I describe of my sex life could maybe not be their experience at all, or their motivation behind what we did or whatever. Like, I could say, oh, we did this because of this. And you could also say you just did it 5 years ago.
Yes, I could. And that's what I will do. You know, like, I will not connect any stories I tell to like a specific
Tell
moment.
it in the future.
Yeah. But it is weird. Like,
3 years from now, I'll get this done to me.
Yes.
By a guy named Ricardo.
Yes. It's going to be tough if I ever get married to be like, so last week
at my
me
wedding,
and some fucking dude.
A ghost fingered me.
Yeah, a ghost. It's all going to be a ghost. No, it's.
I love that when you text.
I just have to be a little bit. I just want to, as I get older, I think that when I think of taboo, I think of comedy, and like the things we talk about on stage are supposed to be taboo. We're trying to challenge taboos, because taboos are usually used to silence victims and to make it so, like the Cosby thing, like women didn't speak out about what happened to them, or like, you know, the Catholic Church makes sex such a dirty thing.
Yeah.
And so if something dirty happens to you as a child, you're told that, like, there was a girl the other day on Reddit I read about, and she was a Filipino girl, and English was her second language. She's 14, and she said, it was on True Off My Chest, the subreddit, and it was like, I lost my virginity to my dad. He raped me, and I don't know what to do. She's 14. She's trying to process it. English is her second language. She's like telling the whole story. And she said that most of her complaint was not like, my dad did this, is that he made me so I'm not a virgin anymore. And because she's Catholic, being a virgin is so important, and she is ruined, not because she was just she was just sad and upset of the fact that she's ruined now, and she didn't want to tell anyone because she didn't want to be ruined, because sex is you're supposed to be pure, and you're not so victims can't report because they are made to feel that anything they engage in sexually is, first of all, abusers are banking on children feeling like sex is dirty, and if they admit it, that they're going to be at fault, and they already feel like they are at fault because it feels like they did something to get this. So abusers get to like run wild if we keep making sex taboo. It's part of the problem. It's not the whole problem, but it's a part of the problem.
About it, though,
if we're saying that sex is this dirty thing, I can still talk about my sex life openly, and I want to keep doing that because I want to encourage people to talk about their own sex lives openly and not make it this thing that's dirty, because it isn't when it's done right. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Or even when it's done wrong, it's not. You're not dirty.
No, there's nothing wrong about anything sexually.
No,
what do you mean?
Yes,
done
there
wrong?
is. If your fucking father takes your virginity.
Yes, there's nothing wrong. Yes. There's nothing wrong about it. But when sex, which is a beautiful thing, which is the reason we all exist, when that is tabooized, whatever the word is,
Taboos, yeah.
when that is florited, that was to call back.
I was
ham
thinking
drip.
the same. Ham
When it's
drip.
florited, that means that when bad things do happen to you, you feel like even if this was a good thing, I couldn't talk about it. So certainly when it's something that's bad, I definitely can't talk about it. And people always I've read comments when I used to read my subreddit where people are like, Nikki always says the thing about, oh, she can joke about molestation because, even though she hasn't been molested, because it makes, it just makes the conversation about molestation, it makes it like, let's just talk about being molested. It's a thing that happens all the time, but it is, and people go, oh, that's just such an excuse so she can get away with doing the joke she wants. No, it is not an excuse. It actually, these things, talking about being molested and being able to say, people are molested. I wasn't molested, but it's a thing that I avoided just by being lucky. It wasn't because I did anything right or my parents did anything right. Thus telling you if you were molested, it's just you were unlucky in that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault.
Trying to alleviate guilt on the victims.
Me making jokes about molestation is me bringing up a thing because I want to talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, the people that do it keep winning.
And the people that were molested can't talk about it because they've been shamed.
Because
to
it's
not
so
talk
awkward.
About it.
If you tell us you're molested, that's really, keep that to yourself. Just only tell a therapist about that. Why?
Yeah.
What if you can't afford a therapist? Then you keep it inside, and guess who gets to keep molesting? The molesters. Because unless people can say, I was raped, I was molested, that guy did something weird to me that made me feel uncomfortable, they're going to keep doing it. And that's not me telling victims like, oh, if you don't speak up, you're creating more victims. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to make it more comfortable to say I was victimized. And by doing that, sometimes joking about subjects makes them more palatable to talk about in any way. That's my point. Where should you begin with your sentence?
I don't even know what the sentence.
Taboo. And then you start it with a mistake I'll never make again.
A mistake I'll never make again is driving after drinking. And I one time drove over a bridge the wrong way. And then it was in Palm Beach, which is a bridge where there's definitely a lot of cops all the time. And I drove over the bridge and I got halfway over and I realized I was going the wrong way. So I paused on top of the bridge and I go, do I, or I, whatever.
You watch too many videos. You paused and you meditated for a moment. Pausing is always related with pause.
What do I say? I stopped.
You
I
stopped.
braked.
Yeah, you stopped. But pause is just a funny. You could say pause. It's just a funny word.
It's funny. So I paused and I pondered and then I braked.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. And I was like, do I reverse?
Did you floor it in?
Do I reverse back? Or do I go forward and then try to make
because
a
it was
U-turn?
there was no way to turn around.
Yes.
Oh my God. So what did you, I'm guessing you just went forward.
I reversed.
You reversed.
All the way back down the bridge.
Oh my God. Drunk.
Hammered.
Dude, I mean.
And I
thanks for sharing that, because saying that you've drove drunk in the past is so taboo. People won't admit it.
And then when you get caught, when someone gets a fucking DUI, everyone's like, "Oh my God, can you believe
when
that?"
We've all
you drove drunk that
it.
Night, you fucking asshole.
Everyone has done it, or you've been in a car where someone was driving drunk and you knew they were drunk, or you've been in a plane where the pilot was drunk just because you flew Southwest. I'm just kidding. You're trying to save a buck. No, I just think that I will say that if you drink out there,
the autopilot's
if you're
drunk.
someone who the autopilot's drunk. If you're someone out there who has driven drunk, or
it's okay. Just
it
don't
is
do it
totally
again.
okay. Forgive yourself for it. You're not a bad person, because obviously when you drink, it makes you do things that are really stupid. And if you're someone who's like, you're not a bad person, Nikki, you're saying that people that drunk drive aren't bad people. I don't think that most people want to hurt other people when they get into a car drunk.
No.
This is the thing about drinking, and I hate to go back to this because some of you are probably like, I don't want to hear any more about your fucking proselytizing about not drinking. I don't care what you do. I'm telling you, if you still drink, enjoy yourself, use Uber. But when people say, I'm just going to have one drink, or I'm not going to drive drunk, and you start drinking, you forget that you're getting the person who said that drunk. So we've all done the thing where we go, I'm just going to have 2 drinks. that person could only have 2 drinks that you are when you say that, when you have no drinks in you. But when 2 drink you says,
2 drink you, just go, I'll just have one.
what's the best way to get someone to hang out? Just have a couple drinks. You know they're going to, Bill Cosby would give women drinks knowing that they were going to get into a state where wouldn't be able to say no. He, obviously expedited that by drugging their drinks, but alcohol is a drug that makes you stupider.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that your smart self doesn't want to drive, but you get drunk and you get stupid. If you had a person who was very severely mentally handicapped with a driver's license, would you trust them to use their best judgment not to drive? Because that's what you're making. When you get super drunk, you turn into a person who is very mentally disabled. You're the same. Or a baby. You turn into a baby, essentially. So I just say to people the biggest freedom for me when I quit drinking was that when I get pulled over now, I almost, and also quitting smoking pot because I did used to drive a little bit when I was,
test.
I used to get, I swear to God, I would get excited when I got pulled over because it was this new freedom that I know I'm not guilty. And when I get pulled over by the TSA now, I haven't smoked pot since August. There is a freedom in knowing that they're not going to find anything. And if they do, it's an old thing from back when I put a pot pen in a pocket.
Pot pen pocket?
Final thought. I can't tell you how great it is when you finally free yourself from things and you never have to worry about it again. And I'm extending this to, I used to be addicted to gum. I think it's the thing I talked about on here a little bit when I got into recovery for my eating disorder.
Oh, you were such a gumhead. Trident.
Oh my God. I stopped. So the first thing I did, a lot of you wrote me the other day with the capitalized eating disorder help, and I gave you what I did to get help. And obviously I'm not perfect. And a lot of people have actually written to me saying, hey, what you said today on the podcast really triggered me and made me feel like I needed to start dieting because you mentioned this thing. And I was like, holy shit, thank you for saying that, because my recovery is not like a straight line. It is like some days I'm not good. Some days I'm great, but at least I know where to return to. And it takes those kind of messages to remind me like, hey, I've been putting out some stuff and some thoughts. I've been having some negative thoughts that are trying to get me back into that thinking of wanting to starve, wanting to being obsessed with not being fat, whatever the fuck it is, because I think it's going to bring me happiness. And I've relied on besties to keep me in check on that. And I really appreciated their honesty and being like, I love you, but hey, I just want to be honest with you. The thing you said really upset me. I love that. And it's just because I can take any criticism if it's laced with, I love you. And it doesn't even have to be like,
there's a way
I'm a
to
fan.
Criticize without being like, I can't believe she did this.
Like,
without
if it comes from love, you're allowed to get mad at me. I don't if it comes from hate, that's a different thing, and I'm not open to really accepting things that are based in hate because it just tells me that you probably are struggling with something. This has nothing to do with me.
On that post I did on Instagram today, some guy just wrote decent, and I blocked. I go, I don't need that in my life. Like that decent.
First of all, it was so.
That's
funny.
It
was so funny. I love reading the comments because everyone's like, holy, like how funny it was. It was so funny.
But the first comment I got, this guy just wrote decent, and I go, you're done with my life. You're out of my life.
You're out.
Like that decent
Good for you.
is worse than like.
Well, that's a great boundary because you're not going back at him. You're not fucking engaging with this. You don't get to.
And he'll write me. He'll go, I just wrote decent. I go, there's so much behind decent.
I have to say though, there is something that guy could do to get you a follow back. Listen, dude. I wrote decent, and I know how fucking shitty that was, and it's because I'm jealous of how funny you are, and I've been jealous of how funny you are before, Andrew, and made you feel insecure about it. Like my comment today was not being jealous of how funny. I was just going back to like my old thing. It was so funny. I reposted on my Instagram. It was so funny. I had to go between like me writing is this really funny or me writing a joke about it. So, but there have been times where I've been jealous of how funny you are, and there's something in me that wants to like make you feel bad about it so that you don't, because I hate myself for not being as funny as you. And that's where that decent thing came from. Yeah. Now, if that guy's able to say that, he can follow you again. What a beautiful realization he could have. You would totally unblock him.
Also, here's the thing. If you think it's decent, I don't give a fuck. Just don't tell. Like, why are you writing it?
I guarantee you he's jealous of how
I
funny
get
it.
I get that. But I'm just saying, like, you think it's decent, and, you can't handle criticism? Why are you putting it out in
guess
public?
what? I don't want I can't handle criticism.
I don't really want it.
You know, what's wrong with saying I can't handle criticism?
Nothing.
When I say that I can't handle sugar, I just know myself. criticism makes me crazy. I know there are people that can't handle it. I know a stronger person might be able to. I can't.
Look,
It
I'm
throws
afraid
me
of
into
STDs.
Yeah.
But what I really want to say is I'm afraid of criticism.
being honestly,
whatever,
being
like-
honest with what you can and can't handle, and not being ashamed of being scared of heights, not being ashamed of reading
having
comments
shitty
about yourself.
comments, like
Not being ashamed of being triggered by skinny women on Instagram and having to block them. I have to do that sometimes
Yeah.
because for my mental sanity, that's what's going to protect me, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
man up.
I wanna
man up
say,
and
though-
fucking take the comments. It's like, why?
When
Why?
so I used to be addicted to gum, and so when I tell you that quitting drinking has freed me from ever worrying about DUIs, that is one of the, quitting drinking freed me from worrying about DUIs, and also if I don't remember someone that I meet and they go, oh, we met before, you don't remember? I go, I did this as a joke, but I go, not drinking is the best thing because when I meet someone now and they go, oh, we've already met, I go, was it before 2011? That's when I quit drinking. And they go, no, it was 2013. I go, well, that's on you. That's not my fault. Like I can just say I have a bad memory now, or you didn't stand out. It's you need to get a better personality for me to remember you, because I always used to feel so guilty about being blackout drunk all the time, and I
yeah.
used to make excuses about it. Of like I used to pretend I remembered it. My dad had COVID. Did you know that at one point?
Oh, you just remembered?
Yeah. Just wanted to say that my dad had COVID in the fall. Totally non sequitur.
It's not it's a non sequitur, but obviously
Just know
it's
that
still-
I just wanted to say, I have to say, you guys don't understand. It's a long story.
Listen, metamates.
Metamates, I know you're confused that I just said that, but just know that it's just a fact that my dad had COVID in the fall, and I just want to say that. There's nothing wrong with having COVID. That's another thing. Well, I mean, this actually connects us
I mean,
perfectly.
herpes, like all that
People
stuff,
are
it's
so
like-
ashamed to say they had COVID. They can say it now where like I had it, but when they are currently going through it, it's like bed bugs. It's like this shame. Like, guess what? You're no different than you. And people always want to go, where did I get
how
it
did
from?
you get it?
Who can I blame for giving this to me? And guess what? It doesn't fucking matter. We're all doing things where we could get COVID any fucking time. It doesn't matter how you got it. You got it, and we're all you're not worse. You're not grosser than anyone else. You're not more reckless than anyone else. For the most part, there are certain extenuating circumstances.
If you're someone that this whole time has been going to a club and grinding on people and millions of people and you're sweating, that's on you. But if you're living your life and you're going to the supermarket,
Stop
it's
this like manhunt for who gave
Yeah.
who COVID, whose
Yeah.
fault is it?
Ugh.
Guess what? It's a lab in China's fault or whatever you want to believe. Like
No, it's Jeff Bezos.
You can
Remember,
trace
he
it all the
fucked
way
a bat.
back. It's like therapy. It's your parents' fault for how you act the way you are. Well, it's their parents' fault. Well, then it's their parents' fault. It's like you go on, and it's just like it doesn't matter. Just you got it. You didn't want to get it. It's not your fault that you got it. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Is that Taylor Swift or Shakespeare?
I just want to finish my thought about the gum thing. It was a great ham trip. I want to just say, because I had so many people write to me about the eating disorder rant I went on the other day, and it seemed to really help some people, is that when you quit drinking, you free yourself from all these things that you didn't know. It's not only like you're not getting drunk and you feel like shit. You just like, you don't have to worry about these things that you don't realize you worry about in the wake of it. Do you have any of those with drinking, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, the list is longer than
Just remembering everything you do is kind of a cool thing. That is something.
My biggest thing was New York mornings on Sunday morning.
Yeah. Now you get to enjoy them.
And I
sleep
enjoy
through
my
them.
mornings more than my but it is true. Like there's nothing better than 11 a.m. eating brunch and seeing hungover people, and you're smiling ear to ear, taking everything in.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't feel good about that, but I always feel
I-
bad with people that get hungover. I talked to one yesterday, and I go, because I used to have a joke about it, and it's true. Being hungover is the worst because you feel like absolute hell, and no one feels sorry for you. And the best part
well,
about
where did
being
you get
sick,
it? Where did you get the alcohol?
exactly, it's your fault. And people should feel sorry. I feel sorry for you. If you're hungover, write me and I'll go, you poor baby, treat yourself well today. I will not blame you because it isn't your fault that you feel sick even though you drank a bunch. That's not your fault.
And
You're
write
struggling.
me that because then I'll enjoy my Sunday more in the sun.
But anyway, I will say that like when I quit gum, I didn't realize a huge thing that was constantly on my mind because I was addicted to gum and I was ashamed of my addiction. So I would always try to hide how often I was putting in new pieces. I would go through like 3 packs of gum a day, and it's like cigarettes. I was up to sometimes 5, like on really bad days where I was trying not to eat and I was just obsessively chewing gum. I got sores in my mouth. I mean, my life was hell with gum. But one of the biggest things was gum. If there's not a trash can around, you have to you don't swallow it. You have to spit it out, put it in a little wrapper, and then put it in a pocket or put it in your purse. My life was constantly gum being in pockets and ruining my laundry, gum being in pockets of things where people would like go to look for something and they'd be like, why are there 30 little chewed up gum
gums,
wrappers?
yeah.
And it was so embarrassing. My life was constantly mitigating against people discovering my addiction and getting rid of gum wrappers and storing them up until there were so many and like just gum being everywhere. And it made me feel gross. And I didn't realize in quitting gum that I would never, when people are like, hey, I can go get that for you, Nikki. I used to go, no, bring me my purse, because they could not go in there because they would see my gum addiction. Now I go, yeah, go get in my purse. There's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful life.
It's like
to
my
have
mom
nothing
with
to hide.
cigarettes, or like goes
Yeah.
back to your mom with cigarettes. Like both our moms quit cigarettes. Mine,
I
unfortunately,
used to
not
have
till
so
later. But
many
like,
fucking secrets
Yeah.
everywhere with food in my life. Wrappers, just half-eaten things, throw up in the toilet. So many things I was hiding from, like someone like you, someone like Noah, like my
Yeah.
best friends. I wouldn't let them see that side of me, and they would see it, but they wouldn't talk about seeing it. And it's just so free that you could go in my room and go in any drawer, anything. That's why I created that game where we go in each other's rooms, because that's the first time in my life
You've had
since
nothing
March
but-
of
yeah.
2020, when I got recovered from eating disorder, that I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
It's the first time, and it's a beautiful thing. And so I encourage all of you to seek that kind of freedom in your life, because it took me until I was 35 to do it. So it's never too late. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Don't be cuh, and
Jack Russell Terrier.